Alright, we're going to learn a little bit about the drawing functionality and environment in Fusion 360, so if you want to follow along with me, we'll make it happen. So we're starting with the first block that you guys reverse engineered, took your measurements and created it from that. So we're assuming this design is already done. We're going to switch from the design environment to the drawing environment from design. Now once we do that, we can go ahead and select the full assembly, and we can create a new drawing, or we can use a template that already exists. Now my guess is you're not going to have this GoHawk title block template, so we'll just use from scratch. From here we'll use standard ASME standard units, inches, and this is where we select our paper size. If we want it to be in portrait mode, on a regular letter size we go this way. If we want landscape, which I prefer, we go this way. We hit OK, and that's going to bring up our drawing environment. Now you can kind of see, as of right now, the drawing automatically defaults to the front orientation of the part that you modeled, as well as the scale 1 to 2. Now, depending on how big your model is, you can get away with probably increasing the scale. The other thing that you notice is there's a very large title block right here, which is nice, but it takes up a lot of real estate on our page. And for what we're doing in here, I really want you guys to focus in on creating the right dimensions in order to build this part if you were out on the shop floor. So I'm not too worried about the title block right now. So as we're at right now, just keep everything standard and just go ahead and left click to place that view right there. Alright, when you do that, you can hit OK. This view is placed. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of clean this area up over here. So if I come over on the left hand side here, you're going to see your sheet is open, your sheet settings are open, and this right here is that title block that we're talking about right now. We can turn the visibility off like that, or if we don't want it all together, we can right click right on that bad boy and we can start to edit and change it if we want to. Alright, in this particular case I don't need to do that. I'm just going to turn the visibility off, that way it doesn't show when I go to print. Now if you come over to the mouse trail, you kind of hover over there. If you left click and hold it, you can drag that view down kind of the lower left hand side, like we've learned about in all the print reading things we've done. Next, we're going to come to projected view, and we're going to select the parent view, which is the front in this case. We'll click it, left click, drag up, right, drag over to the right, and these are left clicking. I'm left clicking to place the view, so left click, and when I'm all done I can click the little green check mark. Now once that's done, that looks pretty cool. Got some hidden lines in here, I like it, pretty simple, straightforward. This particular view, if you double click on the isometric trail, you can go ahead and switch this to either a shaded with hidden edges or just plain shaded is the one I like. Hit close, and boom, we're sitting life's sitting good. Alright, time to go ahead. In this particular case, I don't need any fancy auxiliary views or section views or detail views or any of that stuff. So I'm going to go right into the dimension environment. So I'm going to go ahead and left click right there, turn that baby on. And this is the question for your blocks. You say to yourself, what do I need? What dimensions would I need? No more, no less, in order to create this block out in the machine shop, say on the vertical mill. Alright? Well, the first thing I would do if I was making this on the mill is I would have to get this block to the right size, right? So that means I need, if I left click on that line and I left click again to place the dimension, that tells me the width of it. What else do I need? The height of it. Okay? So all I'm doing is left clicking on here. What else do I need? The thickness. Boom. Okay? Left click on what you want to dimension, drag it out. Now, you might also get to the point where you don't want to select this whole line. Maybe you just want a point. So you can also click on an endpoint, click on another endpoint, and you can drag it over this way. That's another way to dimension things. So really, any endpoints you want to click on and drag those out, you could do that. And if you kind of go this way, you'll see it'll go this way. And if you kind of move the mouse over this way, it kind of dimensions it this way. So it all depends on what you think would be helpful while you're working on this. Now, if you're doing this and you don't want it, you can always hit escape on the keyboard. Top left hand button, ESC, that cancels all commands. And that means I would have to turn this dimension back on if I want to use it. So far I got this dimension, this, and this. What else would I need? Do I know what this dimension is? Yes, I could take 2.1, subtract it from 1, and I would get what this particular dimension is. So I don't even need that one. But if I click it and drag it over, mathematically you would know what that is. Now, the reason we don't want to add this dimension is because of tolerancing, right? And when we learned about print reading, we learned about tolerancing, and we just don't want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape on the keyboard, top left-hand corner. I'm going to escape out of that. I'm going to hover over that dimension. I'm going to left click, and then I'm going to hit the delete key on the keyboard, not backspace, okay? The little delete key, that's how you delete dimensions back out of there that you don't want. All right? If you ever want to move stuff around, all you need to do, you got to have your commands canceled so you can pick on the outside edges. You left click and you can drag that view around to anywhere you want. That's going to make it look good, right? So you know, anywhere you want to drag that thing around, you can drag them around. So I have this dimension, this dimension. I think really the only other dimension that I really would need is probably that one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the dimension back on, click on that bad boy. And if I was going to make this part, I think all of these dimensions would do it. Now, could I have dimensioned the 1? I could have put the 1 right over here if I wanted, right? Hit escape, click that dimension, hit delete, and really the front view would have basically every dimension I would need in order to create this part. All right, if you're interested in an angle, it'll do that too. Click on it, go ahead and click here, click on another line, and look what that thing starts to do for you. It starts to get you the inside angle, could get you this outside angle, this angle, just wherever you move the mouse to is what it's going to do. Okay? So I kind of like that placement right there. Looks cool. Alright, so those are the dimensions that you need for this particular part. You'd be all good to go, and basically from here you can click save. And again, it'll default to your drawing name, which is REAB. Our reverse engineering A block, BB is my initials, drawing, it puts the word drawing at the end of it because it's drawing. Click save. If you want to print this, because you want to go to the shop to build it, that's really easy. You click on that fly down menu again, you go down to print, and you will find the right printer in here. The one that goes to my office is the wireless shop, and all we have to do, make sure this looks correct on here, right? That's important. If it doesn't look right here, it will not print right. And if you like it, you go ahead and hit print, and away it goes. And that's how you create a drawing using Fusion. And I would like, basically, that's what we're going to do to create our own blueprints. All right, nice work.